Self-doubt feels safe, but it's wildly expensive. It is costing you so much. Where you don't believe, you undercharge, right? Like where you don't believe, you overwork. When you don't truly believe, you hide instead of lead. And when you don't believe, you play incredibly small. Today, I'm talking you through the exact process that I lean in right with my 7 and 8 figure clients to help them believe, because believe it or not, this is where they struggle most too. I'm Liz Hartke. I'm host of Your Big Next, founder of Luminary Leadership Company, mom of soon to be 5, and I help high achieving entrepreneurs break free from busy, lead with clarity, and really scale businesses that honor their God-led calling and their families. I experienced this firsthand. If you've been around for a little bit, you know that a little over a year ago, I almost lost my life soon after delivering our beautiful little boy who went straight to heaven. We lost him at 17 weeks pregnant. I immediately started hemorrhaging, and it was a terrifying moment in time. Over the next few days, a life-saving surgery and a massive blood transfusion ultimately saved my life, and many miracles, I will say. The month that followed was wildly humbling for me because I had to stare right in the face the reality of like what I've been focused on for the last several years, now just being stripped off my calendar and having to evaluate how much of it is actually high value, how much of it is really meant for me, is in alignment with my calling, and how much of it is me playing safe and staying busy because that's comfortable, or focusing on things that feel like productivity, but they're not really taking me into my calling. One of the things I faced was this realization of I no longer want to do anything that isn't in alignment with my calling and my trajectory. But that meant, if I was going to stay true to that, really looking at, okay, well, what do we do as a business? And it's not that anything was completely out of integrity with our values or anything like that. It was just, I knew it wasn't on the path to my big next. So I had this moment about a month in, and I went to my team, and we had just sold over $100,000 of one particular offer. It was an easy moneymaker for us. It was a very easy delivery. And by all standards and business metrics, it would be stupid to shut it down. But I knew it wasn't in alignment with where we were going any longer. So I went to the team and I said, refund everybody, send them some bonus gifts and give them access to some of our digital content for free as an apology for kind of throwing things off. But we had pre-sold it ahead of this unexpected crisis. And I was like, I just can't do it. And we refunded it. And it was terrifying because we could have used the money. It was very scary to rock the boat like that because it's not like I had something to replace it with yet. But I just knew I had to stay in integrity. I had a deep belief that this was the right thing to do. But my belief had shifted from where I was before. And my filter became, is this aligned with my calling or not? And does this business reflect who God's calling me to be? And does this help me show up as the best possible version of myself in whatever life I have left to live? And the decision, as scary as it felt, became the foundation for our most explosive growth. When we made space for what was really for us, doors that we had been trying to strong arm and get open for years just started to naturally open. And the doors that were no longer for us started to naturally close. And we ultimately drove our biggest revenue season that we had seen in years. I want to talk through some of the CEO beliefs that are keeping founders stuck. And I want you to listen for which one really speaks to you. So the first one that I think of that I've seen so many times over in so many clients, and I've experienced in myself, is I'm not an expert enough yet, right? Like you think you need one more certification, one more program, one more strategy, more proof that you belong. And real expertise is just, it's forged in the fire. It's forged in those trenches, and your scars are what qualify you, and your failures are what qualify you and teach you and make you equipped to handle that calling. And you've lived these experiences that qualify you. So instead of waiting for that external permission, which is keeping you small, you step into it before you really are ready. And there is so much truth to that. I know a lot of people say it, but it's true. And I think I see it, believe it or not, you see it with early stage entrepreneurs, but I also see it with successful entrepreneurs who are being called into another level and they're feeling kind of stuck because they're like, man, I don't want to look green, right? Like, so I can't do that. I'm an expert at this, so I'm going to stay comfortable here. I'm not going to do that because I've never done it. Like, that's how I felt with writing the book at first was, oh, wait a minute. I'm not qualified to do this, or like, I'm not qualified to speak on this. So I'll just stay comfortable in these offers and these things that I sell that like I can do in my sleep. And I knew that I couldn't stay there any longer. The second sticking point, and I want to know if this one's running your business. If I slow down, I will lose momentum. If I slow down, I will lose momentum. Have you ever had a mentor or someone say to you, well, if you just took the time to think this through or to figure this out, and you're like, I don't have the capacity to do that. I have to keep going. This is what pays the bills. And you just keep running on that treadmill. That is actually keeping you on the treadmill versus like actually getting on a path. And this is one I see constantly inside of our mastermind. Like when I first meet people coming into our Visionary CEO mastermind, which is where we break through these things, it is this one that usually runs their world. It's like, I don't have time to slow down. I don't have time to take visionary CEO time. I don't have time to contemplate and reimagine the business. I have to run the business. And they are an operator within their business instead of a visionary within their business. They are addicted, like truly addicted to busyness. And it masks the fear that your business can't grow without your constant hustle. Like that's what it really is. It's like, if I don't do this, who am I? And if I don't do this, will it crumble? And the real growth starts to come from intentionality and intentional margin and margin to think and to create and to innovate and iterate and reimagine and to hear God and his call in your life and to lead from vision instead of just reactivity. That one runs a lot of successful entrepreneurs' businesses. And then this one too kind of piggybacks on the last one. So I'm curious which of the three. Drop in the comments. Tell me which of the three is running your business or your life right now. The third is it's safer to stay where I am. It's so much safer. I know it. I've proven it. I am known in this space. We have everything built there. Everyone knows me for this. My team is familiar. And safety is stagnation disguised as wisdom. You're like, no. It's so safe to stay where I'm. This is like a wise choice. No, it's totally choking out possibility. Every mentor that I've worked with, every entrepreneur who hit exponential growth has walked through what I call an identity death, like letting go of who they were to become who they're called to be. You can't hold on to both. It's like good and great, right? Like you can't hold on to good as you enter into great. And that's what I'm talking about here. So there's a protocol that I've created years ago for myself and then for my clients and now for you. And it's called the CEO Belief Installation Protocol. Like you need an infusion of belief if you were struggling with any of these things. You might think it's another strategy that you're lacking, but I'm telling you, you need an infusion of belief. So what are the key steps of this? I'm going to keep it super simple. It's something that you can apply. Take some notes on this. Drop in the comments which step resonates the most. But the first is to call out the lie. Write it down. There's power in writing it down in black and white. Name the default belief. I'm not ready. Maybe someday when I get to this point, I'm not worth those premium prices, right? Like I'm not capable of writing the book. No one's going to read it. If I hire them, it will all fall apart because I have to do it. If you don't name the lie, you will keep living it. Step 2 is surface the cost, right? Like we always focus on what the value is, like what am I going to get out of it? But also, are you asking yourself, if I believe this for another year, what does that cost me? What does that cost me in my bottom line, my revenue, my peace, my family, my feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment? Bring that pain forth and make it visible. Write it down. Okay, so that's step 2. Step 3 is create your belief upgrade statement. Now we're infusing the belief, innovating around belief, because I know, because we actually track this data, that there is a tangible ROI in belief and it's not to be taken for granted. So craft one simple sentence, something you can put on a sticky note on your computer, something that you can write on your bathroom mirror where you see it constantly. It's one sentence that becomes your CEO recalibration statement. My God-given calling requires me to step into this. Playing small serves no one. I'm made for this in this moment. I'm not a big affirmations person, but this is just like that little nudging reminder, because when you're the CEO, you're at the top, right? Like a lot depends on you and you don't always have people speaking into you. This is why it's so important to have mentors. And if you don't, that is an investment that will pay dividends in your business. I recommend through a mastermind format where you can get a trusted leader, but also the right other leaders in the room that are going to amplify your growth, open doors for you, and really support you and see those blind spots. If you don't have that yet, we have recently reopened the doors to the Visionary CEO Mastermind, but it is invitation only. You can potentially get an invite after applying. So if you apply using the link below, this is where you're going to have the opportunity to get invited. And if it's not the right fit, I am very transparent. I will point you in the direction of a peer or of a friend that I think is a better fit for you. I believe there's So much room to go around because every entrepreneur needs this. You can also just DM me on Instagram, the word mastermind, and I can shoot it to you. Step 4 is installing new evidence loops. All right. New evidence loops. You don't have to stay stuck here. That's something my husband always says to me when I'm struggling or when I'm in a crappy mindset. He's like, all right, cool. We don't have to stay here. Like, you've identified it. That's good. You've articulated it. You're obviously frustrated with it. Like, what are we going to do about it? Installing new evidence loops is a great first step in that once you've identified it. Every day, I just want you to look for micro evidence that supports your upgraded belief. That's it. It's not rocket science. This whole installation process can take you like less than 5 or 10 minutes. And once you have it, you're repeating, right? Like, it's becoming second nature to you. Like the client who said yes to you, the testimonial that spoke to who you are and what you're really here to do. The clarity that you felt in a certain moment after prayer, after talking to a mentor, the team member who thrives without you micromanaging them, like the piece of content that really spoke to your audience. Your brain believes repetition over reality. Okay. So you must feed it repeatedly new evidence every single day. The same way you don't eat at the beginning of the week and then you're like, that should sustain me till Friday. No, you have to keep feeding it. And this is key. So the last piece of this process is rewiring through leadership action. And this is huge because we don't want to just stay in the hypothetical or theoretical. We want to actually take the right actions that are going to propel us forward, but not make us feel overwhelmed like we have yet one more thing to do. This is about alleviating that pressure. You can't wait to feel confident before you act. Remember, I said a little bit ago, before you're ready. And you act in alignment and let confidence catch up. In fact, your actions breed confidence. Belief is actually profit engineering. If you want to know how this actually impacts your business and the ways that I've seen it personally in my business and with the hundreds and hundreds of clients I've personally worked with over the last more than a dozen years, belief raises your pricing standards. Do you feel like you've been stuck at the same numbers because you're uncomfortable with the premise of raising your prices? Belief sharpens your marketing resonance. Like if you're thinking, why do I keep attracting the same type of people that aren't ready to up-level or upgrade? Your messaging is reflecting your level of belief. Belief attracts your aligned team and talent. Are you like dealing with turnover? Are you frustrated that your team isn't doing what you feel like they should be capable of doing based on the positions you're hiring for? Your belief is going to directly affect that. Belief fuels visionary decisions. Do you feel like you're swirling in indecision? You have decision fatigue. You're making the wrong decisions repeatedly and looping you back to the same things because you're saying things like, how am I back here again? Or I can't believe I'm stuck here again. Or why do we keep encountering this same problem? And then belief unlocks your big next. Like without it, listen, I talk a lot about this, especially on the Big Next podcast. When you are called into something at the level of your big next, now your big next is something exponential. It's bigger than you. It's beyond anything you have the resources for today. You're not yet the person that's going to execute on it fully. It's a process of becoming that. But what I can tell you is without a belief in what you're pursuing, it's not even worth trying to get out of the starting gate. You cannot do anything in the realm of pursuing your big next, strong-arming, strategizing, and overworking and trying to produce your way into success. It's just not going to work because it's the whole person. But your big next encompasses everything about you, your value system, your family, and who you are actually called to become. Okay, so here's what I can tell you. I believe that this is a key element to the levels of possibility and opportunity that you might be craving. And when you upgrade your belief system, the question then becomes, how do I lead decisively as a CEO when clarity still feels really imperfect? In my next video, I'm actually going to walk you through my CEO decision framework because it is going to help you lead more boldly and take this belief and put it into really strategic action as a visionary CEO. So you can click here, watch the video. It's super powerful. But in the meantime, remember, your level of belief has a powerful ROI and your level of disbelief might be robbing you from that opportunity. Start here.